He got top 8 at the last Arcadia, 250 odd entrance. Did very well at VCA top 32. He's going to be looking to push himself even further though. It's going to be a hard matchup though, Sephiroth versus Younglink. Younglink seems to thrive at every single range, and it can make Sephiroth's sort of slow frame data really an issue, just because he can always, Semi can just stuff out the startup.
I'd be really interested to learn if both of these players were at Boss Battles Phase 1, if they got a chance to talk or play friendlies with the Australian players there, because for us, this is an unusual matchup, but for Australia, it's literally the top two. Yeah, J-Dizzle versus Strix. They see Younglink versus Sephiroth all the time. But over here at DreamHack, it's going to be a nice new experience, and one where I would kind of think Sephiroth can thrive a little bit. Like, you can completely stuff out Younglink's range, just as long as you can get past the barrage of projectiles. Currently, M4E cannot.
It's going to be hard because, as I said, there's a lot of startup to Sephiroth's aerials. So, and Semi can also outrange. Like he doesn't have to use the toothpick. He can just use his projectiles, use those bombs, those arrows, those boomerangs. He doesn't have to play in a dangerous area. As a result, he's hardly been touched, and he has taken that first stock off of M4E with a bomb forward there, getting a safe combo starter into that kill confirm. Brilliant stuff from the Dutch.
Also meant that Supahsemmie basically invalidated the wing. It was recovery purposes only in that scenario. I don't think a single hit was landed since the comeback, quote-unquote, was initiated. And still hasn't landed a hit since. M4E to winner's side top 48. I understand it's quite a difficult task to break down the Younglink wall, but we've got to do something. Click the fingers, it's not going to work.
It's hard. It genuinely is. Your Younglink thrives up close and at distance, so you have to find your way into the mid-range where you threaten an F-tilt or an aerial. Semi has not really been able to let M4E get in on terms that he likes.
Yeah, that counter was a mistake as well. The thing is with Younglink, he's got no hitbox above the up B when recovering, so he's not the hardest in the world to quote-unquote two-frame. I say quote-unquote because it will be hitting before you make it to the ledge. Sephiroth down air definitely has what it takes to get rid of a Younglink. Sure, the Scintilla will work as well to counter the spin attack hitbox if you're in the right place, but M4E definitely was not. Can you get a KO? Yes, you can.
Yeah, able to exploit Younglink's very lightweight killing cross stage with the back air. And you're right, a lot of characters will be able to spike Younglink's up B when he's recovering, so maybe you can expect M4E to be trying that with an on-stage down air two-frame attempt. You can't go off and spike because you'll kind of go back to the blast zone.
Yeah. You'll be meeting another realm, but right now,
so much damage.
This has evened itself out. If we can make use of this wing to get some more added damage on board, maybe even a KO, M4E will have snuck back in, but it's not happening just yet.
Another confirm into that forward air. It's so potent for killing. Younglinks like to say that they struggle to kill, but when you're as good as Supahsemmie, you have kill confirms out the wazoo, you're able to find anything into a forward air or a down air.
Yeah,
as you see.
And there's the parallels. Younglink can't kill, Sephiroth can't live. That's a light gentleman. But a light gentleman with a very good forward tilt. Find your way past that. Well, Supahsemmie actually kind of managing to do so. There was the backup back air, but there was no backup plan. Like, there were two swings, and it's like, all right, you win.
Yeah. I think if M4E is going to find his kills, the ledge is going to be how he does it, right? He's got that really strong F-tilt and forward air. He's going to need to, but he's just been ever so slightly off on the F-tilts on the neutral get-up, and it's hurting him. He needs to get those stocks at ledge, because otherwise he's just going to be taking a beating, catching up that bomb to avoid getting, to avoid death. But it's approaching. Death is approaching. M4E has to be so careful, has to use this wing.
Yeah, this has basically been a repeat of Supahsemmie stock 3, M4E stock 2, where you just can't get that opening with Sephiroth. As soon as M4E manages it, all of a sudden we're in brilliant territory. No, the boomerang interrupting the flare, but you know what? We will find a way with the up air. Can you bring this back?
It's doable. Sephiroth is known for a good old comeback. That one wing, man.
Oh, yes.
And here we go. He's got the net into forward air. You can see that he's trying to up the pressure, trying to make Semi a bit scared. He's broke that zone with the really aggressive nair. Got Semi off stage. That was his chance. Goes for the Scintilla counter. Not going to work out, and he's at ledge. This is very scary for M4E. He could die right here.
M4E has also been very reluctant to use the full Octaslash when recovering. Sometimes it's worth a go just to get an extra hitbox out there, but M4E really wants to snap to the ledge so that you can get yourself back in play and steal game one with an excellently placed forward tilt. It really felt like Supahsemmie was in control that whole game, but M4E never gave up. You only need the right little stab to end the poor Link's life.
That was the first opportunity where he truly got to abuse the one-winged angel. He got one solid neutral win with an aggressive neutral air. That's one way you can stuff out the startup of Young Link, your fastest option. And then he pushed his advantage to the max. Went off stage and finally got that critical air edge guard with that forward out off stage. So clutch from M4E.
Yeah, we so often like to say that you can hit Young Link from the top while recovering because no hitbox. But when you've got a blade as long as Sephiroth's, you can just hit Young Link from the front and it's going to go through with your giant disjoint. So stage counter picks will be made. They are certainly important for all Young Link players out there, but I can hear Hollow Bastion's soundtrack already.
Yeah, ooh, here we go. Slightly smaller stage, bit narrower. Actually, wait, no, hang on. Compared to Small Battlefield, they are literally the same. Excuse me. Young Link will have to focus on stage control. And I think having Hollow Bastion and that big middle platform covering that space. You sit under a platform, you shoot your projectile. It's a Zona classic. It's so hard for someone to jump in and come in at an awkward angle that Young Link could otherwise struggle to cover. Doesn't matter, you don't need to zone, just get your back air combo starter for 50. Here we go.
Now the Shadow Flares are on board and using that opportunity to just keep attacking Semi, knowing I need to get into a position where I can defend myself. But M4E just following, saying, well, you can't get away from this sword, sorry. Losing at the moment, but it's going to bring the wing that little bit faster, so Supahsemmie will not be feeling comfortable just yet, especially when you lost a game that you were winning all the way through. Here is that extra jump, that extra speed, that extra damage, anything you could ask for. It will even use your faster falling speed to get out of that forward easier. Oh my word.
You made a good point. Like Semi was in control that entire first game, but sort of let it slip at the end and lost the game. That is the curse of Young Link. You have the tools to never get hit and kill so early, but if you slip up once, your disadvantage is very, very vulnerable with your sort of subpar airspeed, lightweight. You can die off stage very early, and so Semi has to play on point throughout if he wants to win this set.
So now here we have another one of those offstage scenarios. That was the first sort of attempt at a down air 2-frame, but it was a little too far to the right, and Supahsemmie immediately punishes with the forward air KO. Dash attack as well, you don't get to see through Young Link very often. One of those characters that just doesn't have a bad move, but if you have to pick something for Young Link's worst, it's like dash attack, I guess. It's still not bad.
It's a kill option, it's a burst option. It's the fastest way to cover the ground in such a fast amount of time. Right? And it was smart that he's not doing it again. It's just like, it's unexpected aggression from someone that has a lot of ways to sort of zone you out with the projectiles. You need that to keep M4E honest instead of trying to just expecting that he's going to just sort of sit back and relax.
I really like that because Sephiroth's main weakness is the lack of out-of-shield options, right? M4E knew, okay, Supahsemmie's just flubbed in front of my face, I'm in shield. Usually most characters can just do something out of shield to punish. I'm like, okay, I can't. I'm going to go up to this platform, come back down and back air. It's the roundabout way of doing things, but it absolutely worked. And it's going to make sure that this is an even stocked game with the wing still active as well.
Yeah, both players have to be very careful. Semi going for trying to cover the jump, but instead M4E getting through, nearly taking a stock with the downer 2-frame as we were talking about earlier, looking for a way to 2-frame.
Yeah.
Goes for the downer of his own. We'll see Semi.
Especially, did you see the way Supahsemmie was recovering as far away from the ledge as possible with the spin attack to avoid Masamune? Successfully at that, and you're also just going to linger right under that Giga Flare. The defensive options from Supahsemmie at the ledge have been perfect.
You need it as Young Link's up, otherwise you will just be so vulnerable in disadvantage. You know those mix-ups, he's going to just take his time, actually force the grab ledge, and force the get up at that timing. ends up putting him in the corner at a time that M4E was expecting, able to get that kill from the ledge again. It's going to be so strong, such a strong situation for M4E. Those ledge traps are one of Sephiroth's greatest strengths.
Yep, and the winner of this will go on to face either Tarek or Skipper. So there is a lot on the line. You could potentially be taking the #2 seed route if you could make an upset after this. For now, it's just practically even, though, between Supahsemmie and M4E. You couldn't ask for a better set to open the stream, in my opinion. Getting there with the second hit of back air just to break through that shield pressure. And now, hello, it's wing time. Not much longer, though. Bye-bye.
That was amazing. Yeah, he saw the wing, saw the need to get rid of it, and he did so expeditiously, finding that bomb into forward air off stage instead of grounded bomb toss into jump forward air. Just jump, bomb toss, falling down, and getting the forward air to take that second game, evening it up. That was closer. That was still very close last stock situation, but Semi was in control.
We also have our first bracket update of the morning. Larry Lur advancing over BJ by DQ.
Oh, no.
BJ, where are you? Hello?
Sleeping in too much, man.
Make it in time for losers, please. It's not messing about. You get 10 minutes max when it's top 48 winner's side tomorrow. And then if you're not there, well, your fault.
There's a DQ timer, there's a bracket to run on time. Poor BJ. Hope he's up in time. M4E trying to warm himself up. It's early in the morning, kind of cold venue. Got to be playing hot though if you're going to take the set, move on into winners quarters. And all of a
Playing
sudden,
hot.
That's your starter for 50, man.
Absolutely is Supahsemmie, and there is the first attempt to actually use Octaslash at the ledge. Clearly just something that M4E doesn't like that much. There is always something different with each top Sephiroth that they just don't do that everyone else does. Like for Ken, he never uses Shadow Flare, the side B. For Strix, barely uses F-Tilt, one of Sephiroth's best moves. And for M4E, barely it's any Octaslashes. Every Sephiroth plays differently, and they just have one amazing move that they don't like to use that much. But I think it may just be a Youngling thing in particular, because you can barely ever struggle to punish that young man.
I feel like it is a matchup specific thing. You can't really go for that sort of ledge stool regrab with Octaslash or try and use it to cover yourself purely because of Young Link Bomb. It's going to hit that from afar. You don't really need to engage with it. So if you try and Octaslash it, you'll blow yourself up, look like a Muppet, and potentially die for it. That's why he's able to do it when there's no bomb in hand. I say this, there's an offstage situation. M4E has the wing after taking a battering up to 150. But this is all he needs. He needs to use that mobility buff, that damage buff, and take the stock now. Not able to catch that neutral get up, not trusting himself on the F-tilt. Oh my lord, that's the most clutch parry of Supahsemmie's existence.
To follow it up with a dash attack KO as well, we were highlighting Youngling's dash attack as potentially his worst move, and yet this has been the best use of Youngling dash attack I've seen in my life. We've had three very, very special ones, and now that's going to be a combo starter. Whipping an F-tilt right in your opponent's face, that's something I highlighted as one of Sephiroth's best moves, but it's got its weaknesses, all right.
Oh, poor M4E tried to shield grab Youngling down tilt. That poor man.
Have we got a surprise for you? Dash attack's going to KO again! Supahsemmie, what is this? I'm not going to talk about moves ever again, honestly.
Is Youngling dash attack actually quite good?
The Netherlands thinks so.
Oh, dear me. Supahsemmie running away with this game free. So firmly in control at the moment. Just reading every tech option that M4E tries to do. There is no escape for this Italian.
There was a jab finisher instead of a rapid forward. I wonder if the wing coming out and disrupting a little bit messed up the timing, or if it just scared Supahsemmie into being like, all right, jab's done, sorry. Don't know why you're so scared, though. This is on the verge of a 3-stock here. Supahsemmie, can you complete the mission with 3 dash attacks? Ah, what if? What if?
That's what I'm talking about. The bomb on the Octaslash, so effective. He's going to try it again. There's no wing there. M4E has to use this wing because his entire game depends on it. He does not want to go 2-1 down in this set. What can he do with this wing, man? He's got to pull out something out the bag because he is 2 stocks down. Semi isn't even touched on the second stock.
So, all right, now we get the landing there. That's the start of things. Wing's still here, but now there's only one way to get rid of it, and that is to take Sephiroth out of the proceedings. Can you get off of ledge, or are we going to see the end of what has become a very, very one-sided game?
M4E trying to find his footing in the game. Does actually get into center stage, but you're falling victim to the young Link up tilt, sorry. As soon as he actually tried to play on center stage, M4E did not get the chance to play that game.
So observation about this set, nothing to do with the game. Supahsemmie's water bottle was one of the prizes on the free spin the wheel roulette games. In the rest of the DreamHack Rotterdam venue, I went up to that thing, I won nothing, then Dragon Blaze right behind me, he won himself a free water bottle, and it's exactly that one. So, Supahsemmie, if you can win the Wheel of Fortune, an RNG game at the venue, maybe you can just go and win the entire tournament. You're one game away from beating M4E in winner's side, the #1 in Italy, for the right to fight the #1 in Germany, Tarek, or indeed Skipper from the Netherlands. We don't have any other bracket updates from winner's side to tell you about just yet. We'll maybe keep an eye out for BJ, see if he arrives at any point. Loser's side has not begun yet. We have a Shook DQ actually, so Senso moving on. But now it is time. Game 4, Young Link Sephiroth, Supahsemmie M4E.
We've gone back to a stage with a platform in the middle, and once again, Supahsemmie can just do his thing, sit under a platform and throw out a projectile, do the Zoner Classic. Doesn't need to though, because he's also showing that his aggression is just as strong as his zoning.
So now there is the fire arrows. How can you ignite the arrows and fire them that quickly? It's such rapid fire, quickest arrow of the links, and it's the one that should take the most effort. But Supahsemmie will use it to its absolute maximum. Sephiroth's shield looking mighty low. Young Link is not a shield break character whatsoever, but if he hits you 1,000,000 times, you're going to get there eventually.
Sure, those fire arrows are just a menace. As it is Supahsemmie in advantage. Disgusting confirm there. And he's hardly been touched, because M4E has hardly been able to touch him. The fire arrows have just been such a nuisance for M4E. It's hard for him to actually cover the space, get close, get into the mid-range, because those fire arrows are forcing him to walk, shield, and Semmie could just keep retreating. It seems impossible to hit this little brat. Yeah, I don't know what M4E can actually do.
Who would win, Sephiroth, the canonical strongest villain in video game history and destroyer of universes, or one flaming arrow after another? Well, we are finding the answer right in front of our faces. M4E, you are a full stock down. You're going to need that wing to make some orchestrated comebacks happen. Just getting away from that forward air setup. Really like the DI up to the top to make sure, all right, I'll take some damage, but it's not going to be as much as you want.
The one way you get through fire arrow, you jump over it. And that allows you to set up pressure by landing up onto Supahsemmie's shield. However, there's two things which are not helping M4E. One, the boomerang usage, covering the jump-ins at that angle. Even though it's a bit slow, it's still so effective. Two, the smashable platform preventing a full hop down under. But
yeah, going down under is Sephiroth. Yo, is this Shrek's? What the? But instead, you are on your winner's side stock, M4E. The Smash World Tour gold points are on the line. The showdown with Tarek or Skipper is on the line. Can you pull a reverse 3-stock, or is Supahsemmie nearly going to do it again? There's the F-tilt to get things started from what would be an incredibly clutch situation.
He got wing at 45% by the way, because he was down that much against Supahsemmie. M4E is really struggling. He is fighting for his damn life. We could be seeing the end of the set right now. Supahsemmie is on the verge of taking the set. If he can find one bomb conversion, one down tilt conversion, if he can just get a hit on ledge, jab, just sending off resetting situation. Doesn't need to overextend, because he can just fire out down there, catch that jump. It's so scary for poor M4E at the moment.
Yep. Now, can you get back down using just the simpler version of your up B to get down, but it's not enough. Up smash from Supahsemmie will take the first set of the day.